Okay, let's try this again. So, from right to left are all alcohol stoves. Homemade pop can, homemade Bud Light, bought Bud Light BIOS clone, homemade, or not homemade, bought Ruckus. So let's see what this is all going on here. Okay, everybody's going. Let's shut some lights off. Who's blooming first? BIOS clone. I tried to get the same amount of juice in all of them, but might not have worked out that way. And there's the BIOS clone, and oh, there goes mine. Pop can still suffering. The Ruckus is not doing anything. Oh boy, howdy. My homemade ones are kicking ass and kicking ass. Oh, and there goes the Ruckus. The BIOS clone's kicking ass. A little finer fuel. My two homemade ones are doing very well on their own. The Ruckus is doing very well as well now. Ooh, the Ruckus is really blooming. And the BIOS clone is out. My two homemade stoves are still going. I will say one thing. The Ruckus has got a lot of power, but it's burning out pretty quick. Oh, homemade for the win. Still a little pop can on the end. Hasn't done nothing. I think I probably only put about a half ounce of fuel in them. Maybe a little more, not much. Oh, original's out. Original 2 is out. I think it's 4. It might be 1. Not positive. The Ruckus is still going, but it bloomed last. You have to remember that too. And the pop can on the end never did bloom, now did it? About 4 minutes in, a little after, and 4 minutes 13, and the Ruckus is done. Well, sad little pop can never did get the bloom, now did it? Or is it thinking about it? That must be the simmer stove. 5 minutes in, still hasn't bloomed. Yeah, well, you know, that's probably why I went to the... it's probably why I went to the different stove designs now, didn't I? Let's see if we can fake it along here a little bit. Sometimes you blow in them, that'll get them to bloom, but evidently not. Poor little stove. Sad little stove, it's alright. Just not quite enough juice. Alright. Almost 6 minutes. About 5 minutes, 40-some seconds. 5 minutes, 50. She's still just tooling along. Yeah, it's 6 minutes. I'm not even gonna let it go. I'm just gonna call it. Say you're not gonna bloom tonight. All right. Good night, sports fans.